Nymphea means, in Latin, means water lily, so everything's done in Latin. But Nymphea Irene Meitzen is the one that we, one of the presentations today, we gave this to her. It's here, and I'm standing in front of it. It's standing in front of me. Very pretty water lily. Very good bloomer. Some water lilies bloom not as much as you would like them to. But if you have an infertile hybrid that doesn't make seed, they bloom endlessly because they don't have to work to make seed. So the flowers come on every day. A flower for a water lily lasts for 3 days, then it goes away, whether it's a night bloomer or a day bloomer. And we do have both. But they last for 3 days, then they go and make a seed pod. If they're fertilized, if they're not fertilized by the bees or whatever, then they don't do anything but just rot away. I'm standing in front of a night bloomer here. This is Nymphea Lotus Dentata. This water lily came from the hot springs of Hungary. You know, we talked about wild species lilies and the so-called Indiana Jones things that I do to go get them. And anybody that wants one of these Indiana Jones pictures that I sign, I'll do that over here after a while. And you can have a souvenir of the guy that goes and gets them. Harrison Ford says, well, you know what, I wish I need to meet you because you really do what they make movies about me doing, and going and getting stuff out of the jungle and getting killed or whatever. This water lily's a night bloomer. It's a water lily that's out of the hot springs of Hungary. It's you wouldn't see this water lily in any kind of marketplace. Dentata is almost extinct in the world, but these hot springs make the water tropical enough for it to grow there all the time. So we need to have that here. And so I made a way to get it. And so there it is. You get to see something that nobody would ever see. Not even in the country of Hungary, but this is that. And we're looking at that. We have it also a mega water lily right here. It does not have a name because it's not been released by the hybridizer, because it's still something that's sacred to them in the sense that we're growing a bunch off so that we can sell them to folks. But I have the only one that's available right now, and it's right here. It does not, like I said, have a name, so I don't know what to call it. But this particular water lily is what I call a mega bloom. It has a whole lot of petals, as much as 200 petals. This is a plant that really has to work to be able to make the flowers exist. Because if you think about it, if you only have to make 15 petals, that's kind of easy for water lilies. But when you've got to make 200 or 150, it's got to work. And it has to put flowers up every 3 days. So if it's a day bloomer. And this is it right here. The one that's on the shirts up here is just like it, except it's purple and it's not opened up yet. It's right here. It'll be a bud tomorrow to open up. But Plum Crazy is the same way. It's a 200 petal count flower. Like I said, we show the finest stuff on the planet. Nobody's got what we have in any kind of extent. So, and I pride myself on being able to do that for folks. But that's what that is. All the other water lilies in here are new hybrids. We have Mr. Kelson's plant down here, the sunset shade, the yellowish looking thing. That's a real pretty flower too. When you look down the throat and take a picture, it's a very, very different color. It's very hard to find. But as we go, you see the tall star lilies. These are lilies that I went to the jungles of Mexico for to get a species, and then another species from the island of Zanzibar that we crossed to make these colors. The Flavoviron hybrids, which is Flavoviron, I'll show you as we go to where it grows what it looks like. It was only white, but we needed this in all colors, so I said, well, we got to have that.
Because we're wearing yellow
so I've got them in every color of the rainbow now, including yellow and colors that are very hard to get because we don't have any gene pool work for the yellow water lilies. And Rita Sage is a star lily. This pink one over here, that's what that is. This white one right here is St. Louis Marmorata. It came to us by way of Mr. Pring, which is a hybridizer, and we got this water lily. This says on there 1917. That's way before my time. But like we have in this collection, water lilies that are hard to find, and you can't find this one anywhere. He never released it, but we found a way to get a hold of this. This plant, if I were to go ahead and let it get as big as it would like to, would take half this pool. So we can't let it. It's a very big water lily. Water lilies can get as much as a foot across the flower. and in this one in particular will do that. Rita Sage plant right here, like I said, this is a very pretty pastel pink, a very good bloomer. I can have as much as 4 or 5 blooms out of a plant in a day. So I named that for her because she was always getting after it. And that lily always gets after it. So very pretty water lily. As you look at the leaves, you see some of them have plain Jane green leaves, then you have some that have marmorated leaves. A marmorated leaf sometimes is hard to get, but also if you're going to be in the contest business, they want you to have not just a pretty flower, but you've got to have a pretty leaf, because the leaves are there too. And so you have to produce a leaf or make a plant that has a pretty leaf on it. As you see hers, Rita Sage's flower or plant, you can see the leaves, how they keel up. Very, very, for them to do that is very unique. And they stay that way. And what that means is, as the wind blows, the leaves dance around on the pool, on the surface of the water, so kind of like a sail. But anyway, these lilies here are, we have another species lily way over there. Let's kind of walk around and I'll explain some of that to you folks.